welcome back to the channel. My name is Lee Scott. I'm a professional photographer based here on Kauai, and I just spent 4 weeks photographing in Hokkaido, the northernmost island of Japan. And I have a series of videos that I want to share with you, beginning with Rebun Island. And the entire series is about camping and photographing in Hokkaido, primarily eastern Hokkaido, but I started the trip at Rebun Island, and that's where we're going to start the videos. I was so happy to visit Hokkaido. I used to live there about 25 years ago. Actually, I lived in Japan for 10 years, 7.5 years in Hokkaido, and then a year in Kurashiki, and then a year in Kochi on the island of Shikoku down in southern Japan. But yeah, this video is all about Hokkaido, and in particular Rebun. Stick around to the end and I'll share with you my favorite photographic location on Rebun and my favorite lens that I used while photographing on this amazing island where you are completely open to the ocean. All right, let's get to it. Rebun Island and Hokkaido, Japan. Good morning. I'm in Hokkaido. I arrived last night in Chitose, Sapporo, Shin Chitose Airport. And this is my room in Queen's Hotel. Small, clean, convenient, washlet, life changer. America, get with the program. All right, all set up. Camping gear in the big Patagonia bag, camping, hiking gear. Food, not much of it, but a little bit. And then clothes and a few camera goodies. And then camera bag set up. This is an f-stop Sheen. I had it for the 600s, way too big for what I use now, but I didn't want to get a new one. Anyway, SL2 with the 9280, SL3 with the 35 Apo. And the Leica Q2. Then we have the Pelican case with a couple of lenses, Sigma 500, 5.6, 21 Apo, and then some documents and towels and whatnot. Charging bag. Today's plan is drive to Wakkanai and take the ferry to Rebun. I'm not sure if I'm going to make the ferry cutoff time. We'll see. Hopefully I'll be able to. It's a full moon out there and I'd love to be in Rebun for the full moon. Okay, I'm off. Here's my 10 campsite at Kushu Campground. It's pretty standard Japanese campground, I'd say. One large hiroba, or one large field, and kind of open tent camping here. 620 yen a night. You have access to the car and the parking. If you choose electric car parking site or RV site, it's 2,000 yen a night. The bungalows that you see over there are 6,000 yen. Here's the water and cook station. Over there, little hut is trash station. And then here with the kerosene or propane tank or the gas
tank there. That's the shower. Very, very clean. Only 100 yen. 15 minutes, 100 yen. Amazing. Fantastic. And Lake Kushu behind us. Yeah, pretty standard Japanese campsite. It's kind of low on amenities though, you know. You'd want maybe a lean-to to eat under or cook under. So when it was windy, I basically cooked and ate in the parking lot next to the car, sat in the back of the car. Marine store is nearby. They open at 9 o'clock. They have isobutane gas, Iwatani Primus, different fishing goods, and a supermarket on the first floor. And I also found these floaters that I used as extra tent stakes to tie down the guy lines. Good morning. I am in Rebun. It is a small island off the northern coast of Hokkaido, northern Japan. And in the Ainu language, Rebun means open to the ocean. And today it feels like you are open to the ocean. It is windy. This is Sukoton Misaki, or Cape Sukoton. I came out here on my first morning for sunrise, and it's a pretty good location. Looking to the right is east, and we had the sunrise come right there. And as we go further down onto the cape, we have a view area that looks to the west, and so I had the full moon setting. So yeah, pretty good location for morning, and I imagine evening as well. See the island with the lighthouse out beyond us, walking down to the end of the cape, and you can hear the wind just howl, I'm sure. Last night a squall came through and about turned over my tent at 2:30 in the morning. I just had to hunker down until it stopped raining, and once I didn't hear the sound of the rain against the top of the tent and the side of the tent, I scurried outside and I picked up maybe 5 tent stakes and reinserted them and stepped on them and got them deep into the ground. Hopefully it'll stay while I'm not in there. But yeah, and it's continuing to be very, very windy now. It's about 7 in the morning. So here's the sign, Sukoton Misaki, northernmost tip of Rebun Island. Shima no hito, Rebun. Shima no hito means island person. And everything here is on island time. I'm basically just kind of killing time right now until a cafe that I want to go to opens up, but they don't open until 10. So good thing I'm a photographer. We are masters of killing time. Sometimes I say that's what photography is. It's just a glorified way of killing time. Wow, it is howling today. It's very Japan, right? So I guess you know, now that I think about it a little longer, a little more in a little more pragmatic way, I guess Japan has the desire to control nature out of a necessity, because so much of their life is affected by nature, and they live so close to volcanoes, mountains, the ocean, where tsunamis occur, typhoons regularly come through. So much of the beautiful nature in Japan seems remote or distant. It it's hard to say it's not wild because you come out here and my goodness, this is certainly wild. But what you have is a viewpoint and a fence, you know, so obviously you could go down here, but yeah, I can't say it's locked or it's closed off. There's not a sign that says kinchi, you know, stay out, not allowed, but it's definitely clear that they don't want you down there. My plan now is to drive to the other side of the island, again, killing time. Hopefully we'll see some photo opportunities along the way. I'm not really feeling the light, but again, today's goal is the Kita Canaria Cafe, or the Canaria Cafe. I don't know, it's at a set of some old movie or something. I was there yesterday when I was scouting sunset locations, but I did not get anything to eat or drink because I was heading for sunset. But it looks like they have some soft cream, some delicious ice cream and coffee. I haven't had good coffee in a couple of days. Good afternoon. I'm at Cape Sukai on the beautiful island of Rebun. It's a small island off Hokkaido, the northernmost island of Japan. Absolutely gorgeous location. I came here this morning as well, and the sky had a little color to it, but not much, and wanted to come back. This is actually maybe the third time to photograph here. The first time I came just walking around, and I had my 35mm, which was a little too tight. I have it in the bag as well, but I'm shooting with a 21 right now. Hopefully once the clouds leave, we'll catch a little more light shining on like we're getting right now. This is what we want right here. All right, after a few test shots with the 6-stop Indy filter, the wind is just blowing way too strong. And my little travel tripod, I just can't keep the camera steady for that 1/6 of a second or 1/3 of a second that I was shooting for. So we're just gonna have to freeze the action. I'm gonna look for a wave, and as it's jumping, maybe try to stop it. We're gonna shoot at f2, 1/2000th of a second for a bit and see. We'll really see how this apo lens works. All right, so that's a view from this spot here. I'm going to go up to the next viewpoint because of the shadow here coming in on the left. It's getting a little too much for me. So I'm going to see what up top gives us. Try to catch a little more of the green mountain. Wow, the wind has been howling all day. The ocean's been raging. It is cold. I can only imagine what Rebun is like in the winter. This is Rebun Flower Island. Peak flower season is May into June. They say there's, I believe, 400 variety of flowers that bloom throughout the year. Right now there's just a few flowers, but pretty beautiful place nonetheless. I mean, it's an amazing place, flowers or not.
Alright, thanks for watching the video, and I said I'd share with you my favorite lens that I used during the trip, and I think you can probably tell from the images that I shared. My favorite lens, without a doubt, was the Super Apo Summicron 21 from Leica. A couple of the reasons why. One, we had some very dramatic skies, and when you have those dramatic skies, especially with the ocean and the seascape, it's nice to have a wider angle of view. The reason that I don't think you necessarily want to go any wider than the 21 is because many of the locations where I was photographing were from a viewpoint, and it was really difficult to get onto the beach and to bring in a really dramatic foreground as well. So if you were able to get down lower to the beach, maybe a 15mm or 16 would be good. But I found photographing from the viewpoints and with that dramatic sky, the 21 was a really good way to go. The 35 was often too tight, perhaps because some of the capes were a little enclosed, and also because we had some drama in the sky that I really wanted to bring in. The most useful lens for me on my trip to Rebun was the Leica Super Apo Summicron 21mm. Highly recommend this lens. I'd love to get to Rebun on a moonless night and try the night sky with this lens. So, all right, the next video will be about Rebun Island, which is an island that's only about 45 minutes away or an hour away from Rebun. Yeah, a lot of folks will do these two in combination. So thank you very much for watching. Look forward to the next video on Rebun Island in Hokkaido, and we'll share more camping and photography with you. All right, take care. Have a wonderful week. Aloha.
That's all for today's video. If you have any questions on Rebun or Hokkaido, what gear I used for Hokkaido, or gear recommendations for a trip to Hokkaido or a trip to Rebun, please let me know in the comments. And then also if there's anything that you'd like to see on the future videos that I present, maybe more information on the campgrounds, or more information on photo locations and so forth. Love to hear from you, and if you've been to Rebun, let me know. I'd like to hear your experiences of that beautiful island full of powerful mana. All right, take care, have a great week. Aloha.